Good morning, traders. My apologies. What a week. Introduction. So I go to hit that webcam on to start dancing with you guys, and my webcam right now is not activating for some crazy reason. I'm hitting properties. I'm going to deactivate, and I'm activating that bad boy, and it's not turning on. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to see my beautiful, pretty face, but right now my webcam's not working, so I'll have to try and get this situated after we get prepared for the day. So, we got multiple sounds. What you mean multiple sounds? Is it echoing? Just want to make sure that we're all set, ready to rock and roll. As you guys know, we had some technical difficulties yesterday with the live stream, and I'm still trying to make sure that we're getting everything taken care of. So, what's up? What's going on? Good morning, traders. And how we doing today? I want to make sure that we're all set, ready to rock and roll. Ah, yes. There we go. How about that? We all good now? Music in the background. We got Josh's voice. Sounds great. I absolutely love it. So let's go ahead and back up real quick. Okay? Good morning, traders, and happy Money Tuesday. How we all doing today? I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning, and I hope you guys are fired up for an awesome day ahead. Hit me with a big old good morning. How we doing? Where are you guys tuning in from? Over on the YouTube. Where are we at today, guys? Who's all with us? We got Adam, Raymond, Joey, Steve, Monica, Mr. Ed, the man, the myth, the legend, Jason, Steven, Mr. Rod Wilson, what's up, buddy? Sam, how we doing? Corey, Beth, Steve, Chris, Mr. Corey, Colin, Skylar, Barbie, Beth, Crypto Cole, Angel, good morning. We got everybody inside a chat today. And Arlene, don't forget I thought about you, Arlene. I did not forget about you. Good morning, Jamie, as well. I hope you guys are having an awesome Tuesday morning. I hope you guys are fired up, ready for an awesome day ahead. Today's theme, right? The theme of the day is patience. Yes, indeed. Pre-market has been very, very slow. We do not have a lot of stocks ripping and running. We don't have a lot of press releases today. We have some, but a lot of these press releases are not hot. We really don't see the volume pouring in to some of these penny stocks here in pre-market. So again, the theme of the day is patience with a capital P-A-Y. It pays to be patient, guys. And right now we need to be patient because we don't have the best market conditions here in pre-market to have any great opportunity right out of the gate. But we do have a good watch list. We do have a lot of stocks on watch today, and we want to go ahead and talk about those and get us prepared. So let's not waste any time, guys. Let's go ahead and dive into it, all right, and talk about penny stocks. Which penny stocks have the best potential for today? And I'm going to start with KAVL. KAVL is going to be my number one pick for today. This is a prior day mover. This stock has been moving up consistently for the past week and a half from around $1, hitting highs yesterday of $2.98. One of the biggest reasons that I like KAVL, there's a couple reasons. Number one, this stock is extremely consistent. We have been on a nice, clean, and consistent uptrend since, again, about 2 weeks. Not last Wednesday, but the Wednesday before. This stock was at 58 cents. We broke $1. We just hit $3. This stock is up over 200% in just the last couple of weeks. There's a lot of great momentum behind the stock. The stock's pretty clean. It's consistent. It's been fairly easy to trade. Last week alone, out of the 5 days we had 3 days of A-plus opportunity with KAVL. So that's the first reason I like it. It's clean, it's consistent, the technicals are being honored, and it's moving up really, really nice. It's been very easy to trade as well. Number two, when I look at this daily chart, it excites me. I love gaps. I know gaps love to be filled. So when I look at KAVL and I see this massive gap and we're just about ready to break into this gap level, I get excited because I know stocks can move very, very quickly and very, very fast through these gap levels. So again, we gap down from around 439 towards around 294. Let's just call it $3 natural support, natural resistance. $3 is a psychological level. So we have that big gap. That's about $1.40 from $3 to $4.40 that we did not have any volume. We did not have any trading occur, especially looking at that daily chart. So again, we know it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Gaps love to be filled. And when stocks start to break and start to move into this gap area, they can move very, very fast, very quick, and have some big time opportunity. So I want to keep KAVL on watch for that reason as well, as we are nearing this possible gap fill level. A break over $3 is where I expect to see a lot of big time volume really start to move in on KAVL. We have a lot of potential to $4.40 KAVL right now at this point in time. This is my number one watch. Support right now is going to be back down towards around $2.50. Again, the stock's been very, very clean, very consistent, easy to trade, a lot of momentum behind the stock. All right, breaking over 3, I expect to see a lot of volume move in. We have potential to $4.40. My number one pick on the day is going to be KAVL. My number 2 pick of the day is going to be PROG. Now, why am I going to be watching PROG as my number 2 pick? Well, we have a very, very nice moving average squeeze formation. We're getting squeezed between the 20 EMA and the 50 SMA, getting very tight, very tight, very tight. Yesterday, we actually had a nice pop in volume off 20 EMA support, right back up to the 50 SMA. This is the day that we should be looking to break out of this moving average squeeze formation on PROG. And that's going to lead me to something else I'll talk about here in a moment. So where is the 50 SMA? The 50 SMA right now is 196. Where are we right now? Slightly above 196. I'm looking for PROG to simply break $2. We have room to the 200 SMA next at 231. Anything over that 231, we can see 240 and then 250. So there's some decent opportunity even to the first target. That's about a 15% move from $2 to $2.30. Very nice setup. I absolutely love these moving average squeeze formations. PROG setting up very, very nicely, and yesterday looks very good as well because we had that nice pop in volume off that 20 EMA support, right back to the 50. This thing is getting really, really tight. It's been consolidating beautifully for the past few days. Today's the day that we could absolutely start to see this break and this start to squeeze out of this moving average squeeze formation to make that move up to 230. So my number 2 pick on the day is going to be PROG. But since we're talking about moving average squeeze formations, if PROG squeezes and it breaks and this works out, we need to be watching some of these other stocks that could also be setting up for a moving average squeeze formation as well. Like I said, guys, traders follow trends. They follow patterns. How many times do we come into the penny stock market? We see a mid-candle breakout on Monday. It's awesome. It's a big-time mover. Tuesday, mid-candle breakout. Wednesday, mid-candle breakout. And we see that consistency for a week or 2 weeks until the hype fades and dies on off. We've seen it a lot. So same thing applies here. If we see one moving average squeeze formation start breaking and ripping on out, we could definitely start to see the other ones start to break and squeeze and go on some big time moves as well. PROG is right at that sweet spot to where we could absolutely see that today. And if we do, we need to keep these other stocks on high watch as well. BON is possibly setting up for a moving average squeeze formation as well. ATER, I'm like 50-50 with it, but it's something we should keep on watch. The other one that looks very, very nice, right? Very nice, just like PROG, is going to be BKKT. And this is a stock that had some great momentum last week as well. So again, if PROG starts breaking out, we should go look at BKKT, number 1. We should go look at BON, right? You have a couple of other stocks that are setting up, but are not quite yet ready, but they should still be kept on watch, such as IRNT, FCEL, correct? So if PROG makes that move, I would say we need to go look at BON, and we definitely need to go look at BKKT, as these two are setting up. They're primed and ready for a possible moving average squeeze formation, and it's very likely that we get those moves, especially if PROG makes its move today. So at this point in time, PROG is my number 1 watch for the moving average squeeze formation. Number 2 is going to be BKKT, and we also should watch BON as well. So again, KAVL is my number 1 pick. PROG is my number 2 pick. My number 3 pick for the day, going to be KSCP. All right. Now, all of these stocks that we just talked about do not have news, but we see a lack of press releases today. And a lot of these stocks that have these press releases aren't really doing a whole lot. So I want to watch some of these prior day movers, as that's really where the action has been, is with these prior day mover stocks. KSCP, it's a prior day mover. It was one of our top gainers yesterday from around $7 to $9.36. I definitely want to keep this one on watch today above $8 here on KSCP. Now, if KSCP can stay above $8, we definitely have room back towards yesterday's resistance. Yesterday's resistance was right around 908, and then the high day was 936. Now, if we ever start breaking over yesterday's resistance on KSCP, we absolutely have some room to 10, and then we have some room up towards around 1078 KSCP. At this point in time, it definitely doesn't look that great. We don't really have a whole lot going on in pre-market, but what do we notice about penny stocks the last couple of weeks? Traders are going back to these prior day movers, and those are the top gainers for the day. So KSCP is a stock that we should watch to see if volume starts to move back in, especially if we see the stock holding above $8. And then last but not least, COE. COE has been on a nice move over the past 4 days. It was also one of yesterday's top gainers. What we're looking at here on COE is for a simple break over that 226 level. 226 and not 232. Now, yes, we need to break that pre-market high of 232, but daily support was at 226. Okay, so we definitely need to be watching that 226 to 232 level on COE. Now, if COE can get that break and we have another day of momentum and another day of upside potential, we absolutely have some room to $3 next here on COE. And again, COE is a prior day mover, one of yesterday's top gainers. This stock went from around 166 towards around 216 on COE. So let's break that down one last time before we dive into our possible option plays of the day. KAVL, my number one pick, okay? Possible daily gap fill from $3 to $4.45. PROG is my number two pick for the possible moving average squeeze formation for a nice move up to $2.30. Now, if we see that play on out and this works, we definitely need to be watching BKKT for a moving average squeeze as well as BON for the potential moving average squeeze formation, right? Moving on, we have KSCP, my number three pick. This was one of yesterday's top gainers. We want to watch this over 8. We have room back up to 908, and then yesterday's highs of 936. And then last but not least, COE. You want to be watching this for a break over pre-market highs as we have room to $3. Top stocks I'm watching out of the gates today. Back burner stock, DCFC. Now, why would I even be watching DCFC? Number one, it's a prior day mover. Number two, it's a newer IPO stock. And we know these IPO stocks have been getting a lot of action lately. Number three, there is news today. So DCFC partners with YZV to provide fast chargers for new EV networks. So we have some news. It's a prior day mover, and it's a newer IPO stock as well. Right now, it's not doing a lot. It's not holding above $10 support. So that's why it's a back burner at this point in time. If it does re-break 10 and we see some volume start to move back in, we have room back up towards around $11.80 and then $12.85. So we just need volume. We need to regain and get back above 10 bucks. And if so, we definitely want to keep this on watch as we have room back to 11.80 and then 12.85. Okay. Right now, we do have the SPY currently gapping up from 439 to 443.64. Here's what I want to point out on the SPY. Okay. Not only do we have the 200-day moving average at 444.22, we also have that very key level that we were talking about yesterday. It was a level of resistance. It was the high a day from January 26th. It was also the low a day, a nice bounce level from February 4th. So we have high a day resistance, low a day support. It also lines up with the 200 SMA. This 444 level is a key level for the SPY. And we're sitting here just chopping around this 444 level at this point in time. So if we are cracking below 444 and staying below 444, we would be looking for puts. We'd be looking to short the SPY. Now, if we're holding above 444 and we are seeing some strength and we see buying, we don't want to be shorting this. We want to be looking to take this long up towards around 449. I would expect to see the SPY in the Qs kind of chop around and more or less sit sideways the first probably 15, 20 minutes, and then we really find a sense of direction. So we know that this 444 is a very key level. Let's sit back, let's be patient, and let's see what takes place and what the chart looks like out of the gate and see how this 444 level is being respected. Is it being respected as support? Are buyers in control? Are we going long on the SPY today? Or are we looking weak? Are we falling back below 444? Was this just a false move higher in pre-market to where we could look to take puts or short the SPY today? Right now, at this point in time, I don't know. I don't have an edge on this. We need to sit back and wait and then eventually something will present itself and we will have a trade and we will take it and possibly make some big time profits. All right. So we are watching the SPY, very key level, right around this 444. And same thing with the Qs. We're right around a pretty key level, right around 353. We can see we had some resistance at 353. We had a lot of supports, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 days last week where we were holding that 353. So 353 is a very key level for the Qs. And the same thing applies for the Qs that applies for the SPY. 15, 20 minutes, sit back. We do not want to jump the gun and prematurely enter a trade. We want to see which direction we're going. Who's in control? Buyers? Sellers? Are we moving higher? Let's wait for the confirmation. If so, we have room to 360. Are we moving lower? Are sellers in control? If so, we could look to take the short back down to yesterday's low of day, 344. There is tons of opportunity potentially today with the Qs and the SPY, but we need to sit back and we need to be patient and wait for the trade to set up and wait for the stock to say, hey, this is the trade you've been waiting for. Trade me. Let's make some profits. All right. Sit back, be very patient, and wait for the opportunity to present itself. Do not jump the gun. Do not prematurely enter the trade. Wait for the best trade. It only takes one great trade to make your day, potentially even making your week or making your month. So do not take those premature trades. Do not get chopped out. Do not take unnecessary losses. Let's find those one and done trades. Let's make those profits. Let's make it happen, guys. PLTR has earnings this week, guys. But I do not like PLTR on the daily chart. It looks very, very bearish. We are consolidating in a bearish flag formation, right? We have the drop on down. We're consolidating sideways on decreased volume. We are forming a bearish flag, and we've come right into the 20 EMA 3 days in a row. 20 EMA, rejected. 20 EMA, rejected. 20 EMA, rejected. So I'm really liking PLTR for a possible short. So the 20 EMA right now is at 1390. So as long as PLTR is below $13.90 and $14, and we see that resistance and we see sellers are in control, I'm looking to short PLTR today. Where am I looking to short PLTR down to? Yesterday's lows of $13 is my first target. And then second target, if we crack below 13, would be down towards around 12.59 and then potentially 12.25 here on PLTR. So again, it's a game of patience. If PLTR opens, it breaks over 14 and it holds 14 bucks as support, I'm definitely not going to short PLTR. But if we see this open on up and just cannot break that 13.90 to 14 and there's tons of resistance, I'm definitely looking to short PLTR around that 13.90 to 14 level, back down to yesterday's lows as one of my first targets at 13 bucks. All right. SPCE this morning, Virgin Galactic announcing ticket sales will open to the general public starting February 14th. We're seeing a nice little pop on up here in pre-market from around 814 up towards around 940. Right now, SPCE has some support back down towards around $8.60. I would assume you'd get a little bit of profit taking here. Probably not that much as it's not a huge gap up. But again, I'd expect to see just maybe a little bit of profit taking here on SPCE. Possibly see this pull back towards around 860 support. And let's see if we can hold on up. If so, we do have great potential back up towards around 980 and then potentially even $10 on SPCE today. So again, there's news on SPCE. There's fresh volume. The stock's gapping up. We know where support currently is. Sit back, relax. Let's see where traders decide to hold this on up as far as support goes. We definitely have some opportunity today on SPCE. Okay, so we have some fresh volume. We have some news. Decent little gap up at this point in time. SPCE is on watch above that 860. Again, we have some great room to 980 and then 10 bucks. And if SPCE ever breaks over 10, right, we do have room potentially up towards around 11. And then Apple. So assuming the SPY holds up, assuming the Qs hold up, and we have a nice green day, I do like Apple above 170.65. So again, we know double tops. What's a double top? What we see here on Apple is a double top. We run up to resistance, we pull back and find a low. Run up to resistance, get rejected, we move on lower. We can see it's an M. It's a double top. So we know how to trade the double tops. Typically, we're buying the crack of the neckline. Where would the neckline be on this double top? Right here at 170.65. We push on up, hit resistance. We pull back, find support, push back up to resistance, form the double top. Short sellers are going short at the crack of the neckline, 170.65. We had a nice little dump the last couple of days. Where are we holding above right now in pre-market? We're holding above 170.65, the neckline. So we've regained old support, right? We got back above that neckline support. So with that being said, if the overall market holds up and we have a decent day, and as long as Apple can stay above that 160, Jesus, that dyslexia is getting me. 170, Jesus, 170.65. We do have some great potential back to 176 here on Apple. So again, I want to be watching the overall market, putting a lot of emphasis on the SPY and the Qs. Again, if we see a lot of nasty price action, again, if we just have a really bad day and this thing, I mean, the SPY and the Qs are just selling off, then that's probably going to hurt the potential long opportunity on Apple. But assuming the SPY and the Qs have a great green day, we hold on up and we see a leg higher and a move on up, we could absolutely see Apple have that move on up as well. I'm definitely watching Apple above this 170.65 as that's the neckline that we previously cracked below there on Friday. And I'm just curious to see if the overall market has a good green day, because we could absolutely see Apple have a nice rebound, maybe not all at once today, maybe over the next couple of days, back up to that 176. So I'm definitely going to be watching Apple as well. But my main focus is going to be with the SPY and the Qs. And really depending on what the SPY and the Qs do will really dictate how I'm trading PLTR, how I'm trading SPCE, and how I look to trade Apple, whether that's with calls, puts, long, or short. I'm really just putting a lot of my focus to start the day on the SPY and the Qs, okay? So we do have a couple other stocks that have news, guys. We do have IPW, right? IPW, iPower, Q2 revenue, 52% year over year, executes on multiple key growth initiatives. Currently up, IPW 39%. Low float stock, great relative volume, okay? The stock is extremely choppy here in pre-market, right? Extremely choppy. I mean, just look at how choppy this is, even on a 5-minute time frame. Definitely not the best looking stock, but we have news. The stock is gapping up. Let's keep it on watch above our 50 SMA. So the 50 SMA lines up with prior support and prior resistance as well. That's right around $2.13. So let's see if IPW can stay above 213, and let's see if it sets up. Let's see if we get some great volume. It is a low float stock. It has some news. We have potential today, but right now it's very choppy. I'm not a fan of the price action. I'm not a fan of how it's moving, but let's see if this stock can prove me wrong, clean itself up, become consistent, maybe go on a nice big move today. All right, we would have some room back up towards around 264, over 264. It would have some potential to 3, and then even up towards around 339 on IPW. All right, RESN. If I'm not mistaken, this is acquisition news, not worth your time. Anytime you see a stock up 200, 300, 400%, 6,000%, like SBFM, the first thing you have to think of is, was this a reverse stock split or was this acquisition, right? So right off the bat, that's got to be your mindset. Was it a reverse stock split? If so, probably not going to do anything. Was it acquisition news? Was there a buyout? If so, probably not going to do anything. So what was this? Shares are trading higher. RESN. They're being acquired for $4.50 a share. This stock is going to sit sideways today at $4.50 a share. It's simply not worth your time. And then we go look at something like SBFM. Okay, what's going on here? Why is this stock up from 4 cents to $3.60, announcing pricing of 8 million public offering and uplisting to the NASDAQ Capital Markets? SBFM. Again, not worth your time. All right, so we have a great watch list today, guys. Fantastic watch list. And we definitely need to just sit back, be patient. In my honest opinion, it's all about, again, sit on your hands, don't jump the gun, wait for the best opportunity. Let's see what stocks are hitting the breakout scanner. Let's see what stocks are hitting the high of the day momentum scanner. And right now, we do have a fantastic watch list. KAVL has a lot of great opportunity today. PROG even has a lot of great opportunity today. Looking at some of yesterday's prior movers, KSCP and COE even have great opportunity. And again, right now with fresh stocks, with fresh news, these stocks are not the top gainers of the day. A lot of traders with penny stocks are going back to those prior day movers, and that's exactly why we're doing the same exact thing. We're going where other traders are going. We're following the trend. What's the consistency with penny stocks? Newer IPO stocks, prior day movers, stocks that have great momentum. What's meeting that criteria? Well, KAVL is meeting that criteria, right? PROG, momentum, prior day mover, consistent, chart formation as well. Definitely meeting that criteria. Now, again, we could see some of these stocks like IPW go on nice big rips and runs. MGI, CIDM, HIVE. These stocks are gapping up 10%, 14%. Some have news, some don't. But when you go look at those charts in pre-market and you go look at the daily chart, they're definitely not appealing, right? Definitely doesn't look like there's a lot of activity or a lot of potential behind those stocks. But then we go look at something like KAVL and we're like, wow, this thing has a lot of great opportunity today. This is definitely a stock that I want to be paying attention to. I do not want to forget about this stock. This could be the one and done trade for the day. Again, showing a lot of great potential towards around 440. So again, we got about 1 minute and 30 seconds to go, team. Let's go ahead and do a poll. Yes, a poll. As you guys can tell, I'm a little out of it today. Not a lot of good sleep last night. Big deal, though. I can hang in there. My allergies are kicking my butt. I need some allergy medicine. So, what stock do you think is going to be the best today? It's going to be KAVL, number one. Do you think the top stock today is going to be PROG? Do you guys think one of the top stocks today is going to be COE, one of yesterday's movers? Maybe you guys are thinking it's going to be KSCP again today. Or do you think it's going to be something else? What stock do you think is going to do the best today, team? Go ahead and cast your votes. The poll is in. Cast your votes, and let's see what the team is currently thinking. So I personally think KAVL is going to be the best today, but those votes are coming on in. Keep casting them, guys. What do we got? We have 8 seconds to go. Cast those votes, baby. What do we got? 80% of chat saying KAVL at this point in time. And then 28% of chat saying other. So right now, KAVL is the consensus. Everybody inside of chat thinking KAVL. So let's get fired up. Let's make it happen. And let's have an awesome day, traders. So right now, KAVL is indeed my number one watch right out of the gate. Watching the high of the day momentum scanner, watching that breakout scanner, looking to see where traders are going. So very simple stuff on KAVL, looking for a simple break and hold over 3. That's going to show a lot of strength. That's when we could see KAVL going a very nice big time move. So again, good morning, everybody. If you're just now tuning in, good morning. Happy Money Tuesday. Let's get fired up. Let's have an awesome day. And let's make those big time profits, traders. Remember, DCFC was a stock I wanted to keep on watch back above 10. So let's see if DCFC can regain $10. We know what's going on with KAVL. We know that PROG has a lot of great potential today. COE, one of yesterday's top gainers, breaking over that pre-market high. We have room to 3. And then we back burners KSCP. And then we're watching the SPY right around that 444. We're actually below that level. And the Qs actually opening right below resistance as well. So we'll have to sit back and look to see where those two stocks decide to go. But again, right now, my number one pick is KAVL. So again, if you guys are new to the stream and you like the stream and you're here on YouTube, do me one big favor. Take a couple seconds and smash the like button. And make sure you subscribe and hit that little notification bell as well, because we go live every single morning and you guys will be notified when we are live. So you could have gotten in right before the break on KAVL. If you're missing the breakout on KAVL, guys, look for the pullback to 294 or $3. So we said once this breaks over 3, things are going to get interesting. Tons of volume. It's going to really start moving on in, as traders love gaps. And when we start breaking into these gap levels, things really start ramping on up. Why is KAVL currently up almost 40 cents a share in the last 2 minutes? Because traders see we're entering into this gap level, and there's a lot of big time potential to move today. So again, KAVL, what we want to see now that the stock broke on out is see the next candle open, come down right around 294 to 3, retest, and then bounce right back up. We do not want to see it spending too much time around the breakout level. Come down, retest, move higher. So like I said, the SPY and the Qs probably going to just chop around that 444 level, and the Qs right around that 353. So we want to sit back and wait to really make sure we have a good idea of what direction we're heading for the day. So right now, KAVL is the stock hitting the breakout scanner. KAVL is the stock hitting the high of the day momentum scanner. And right now, she's not slowing down, but be patient and just wait, guys. Wait for your trade. All right? There's no sense in buying this stock. It just moved, right? In the last 5 minutes. It's already up 40 cents a share in 5 minutes without pulling back. We know the stock will pull back. We just need to wait for the pullback and then look to be a buyer. So we're losing volume here at high a day. Let's start to see that pullback between 294 and $3, guys. KAVL. All right, so we're starting to get that pullback, guys. Let's see where the pullback is. 294 or $3. Either way, I'm going to start building a position right around that 294 to $3 level. 294 was actual resistance to start breaking to this gap level, but you also have $3 psychological support as well. So between 294 and 3, I'm a buyer on KAVL. It's just patience, guys. Being patient and waiting. KAVL is not slowing down. I have no entries right now on ticker KAVL. So while we let this thing kind of calm down, settle down, and actually set up, DCFC, anything there? Back below 10, nothing. PROG, anything there? Nothing. About COE and KSCP. KSCP, not until we're breaking above 816 and actually staying above 816 over on KSCP. IPW, a little bit of a red to green move, guys. So definitely watch IPW as well as KAVL. I mean, KAVL is my #1 pick, but we got IPW. Quick little red to green move. IPW, Q2 revenue increases 52% year over year. So right now, we just broke the open of 225. Look for this stock to come back down and hold above the open. Old resistance, new support. Not only do you have the open as support, you have the 9 EMA, and you have that VWAP as well. So definitely keep this one on watch above 225. You have room to 264 next on IPW. So the top two stocks, IPW and KAVL at this point in time. Just waiting for that nice, healthy pullback. Ideally, right between 294 and $3. But we know KAVL is a momentum stock, correct? We traded the momentum on KAVL a few times last week. KAVL has a lot of great momentum. So right now, I'm willing to take a loss on KAVL to get involved with KAVL. I'm willing to take, a bigger loss to get a bigger position, as I think KAVL has a lot of great potential, guys. So you know what? We're low threes. I'm going to start a position on KAVL. Nothing crazy. I can risk probably 30 to 40 cents, really let this thing breathe, but I want to work with this today as, again, we have room to 366 and then 440 here on KAVL. So I'm going to be patient with it. Scale in, scale out. Steve, holding KAVL, $2.35. Take some profits or let it ride. Always be locking in profits, my man. Always be locking in some profits, okay? It's never a bad idea to pull some off the table, get paid, just in case things go south, okay? Definitely always lock in some profits. Again, we had IPW, never held above that 225. IPW, a little bit of a false breakout over high a day. PROG selling on off, nothing with COE, and not a lot with KSCP right now. I know some of you guys were asking about AGRI. Now, AGRI had some news this morning, signing a definitive agreement to acquire Delphily, I have no idea how to pronounce that, a leading European agriculture company. So we do have AGRI that is worth watching as well. especially above that 50 SMA. 50 SMA is 182. And we want to see this just simply break above $2. Breaking and holding $2. Pre-market resistance right around, right around 211-ish. But again, pre-market highs were 220. And then breaking over that 220 level on AGRI, your next main level of resistance would be up towards around 243. So right around $2.43 on AGRI. Support right now, 182. Oof. TCBP. There's not a lot here, man. But again, it's a newer IPO stock, and we know newer IPO stocks could absolutely rip and run. But again, right now, it doesn't look all that great over on TCBP. I mean, this thing looks really, really bad. The low was $2 from the IPO. Yesterday's low was 2. We hit lows of 188 there in pre-market. Again, right now, it's definitely not looking all that great on TCBP. I don't see the volume. I don't see the activity. I don't see the attention from traders. Again, at this point in time, it's really just shooting for luck, in my opinion. You're just hoping that traders start moving back in, hoping that volume starts moving back in. But at this point in time, there's definitely nothing that stands out to me that suggests TCBP could start going on a big time move. But we know that these newer IPO stocks are very random. I mean, this thing at lunch today could just start squeezing to the upside. You just never know with these newer IPO stocks. But it is very risky. There's nothing that's really standing out to me at this point in time. But just continue to manage this and keep it on watch above 188, those pre-market lows. You start cracking below 188, probably start fading and falling down to 150, $1, so on and so forth. So KAVL right now looking for a new high a day over 325. Again, tons of momentum. The stock next has room to 366, 439. I'll probably hold this all day until it looks very, very weak, until it definitely says, hey, Josh, exit, right? I'm weak. I'm turning on over. I'm getting ready to sell on off. Until I see that, I'm holding KAVL. I don't care if I'm up $200, $300, $400 and I go back down to $100 a profit. Right, I'm going to work this trade, going to manage this trade. Slow and steady wins the race. This stock has a lot of great momentum. This stock's been very consistent. It's proven itself time and time again. I mean, overall, there is a lot of great potential here with KAVL. We just broke into a new high a day, 330. Currently up 211. My entry was 309. Wasn't the best entry. Again, I wanted to catch it between 294 and 3. And I got a little bit late of a fill, right around 309. But hey, I'm happy with the 309 entry, and I'm gonna work this stock today. Targets on KAVL 366 next, and then 440. So 366, $4, and then 440 on KAVL. So far today, we've already traded 20 million shares. New high a day once again, 335 KAVL. Until it gets very nasty, right? Until we start to see rug pulls, nasty price action, loss of momentum, right? More sellers than buyers. Until we see that, I'm holding this stock. I'm going to add on the dips, right? I'm going to sell into rips. I'm going to buy into the dips and sell into rips. Buy into the dips, sell into rips. And that's how I'm going to work this trade today. So right now, I may go ahead and just lock in half my profit, selling into this rip. I'll look to re-add into the next dip as long as we have consistent momentum. And right now, overall, this stock has a lot of great, consistent momentum. Support 318. Again, we have a lot of stocks moving in pre-market. What's our job, team? To identify the stocks that have the best opportunity. How do we do that? We do our due diligence. We go through every single stock in the morning. We dissect them. We break them down, right? We compare them, right? Does IPW have the best potential? Does PROG have the best potential? How do we know? Again, it's all about doing that DD, that due diligence. And we came to the conclusion that KAVL was going to be the top stock with the best potential today. And so far, we're doing great on KAVL. It's not leading the board, right? It's number 4. IPW is still technically leading the board, but look at KAVL, guys. It's ripping. It's running, right? It's an easy stock to trade. It's a consistent stock to trade. We apply what we did last week. How did KAVL move last week? What did it do? Was it clean? Was it consistent? Yes, yes, yes. Well, of course I want to trade this stock again. Absolutely. We had several A-plus opportunities last week. We know this stock holds on to a lot of its momentum. We know this stock rips clean, pulls back good. Overall, this is an easy stock to trade. And right there, we're already up 366 on the day just by being patient and by identifying what stocks have the best opportunity. And that's what we do in the mornings for you guys, to get you guys prepared. So right now, I took half at the high of day, so I sold half at 340. And again, that's my approach, is buying into the dips, selling into the rips, right? I will always buy, I'll add, and then when it rips, I will take half. And then it dips back down, I will re-add half, and when it rips, I will take half. And I'm going to just rinse and repeat that process throughout the day, looking to see if we can get up to that top target of 439, 440-ish. DBDB, nice trade. I got in with you. Good job, DBD. That's the quick wins that we're talking about, baby. Those are those quick wins. Not only dropping those value bombs in the mornings, not only dropping that education and getting you guys prepared as far as how I dissect my stocks and how I identify the best opportunities for the day, but also watching you guys get some quick wins as well, which is absolutely amazing. So, how many traders right now are getting a quick win with KAVL? Do we have anybody right now locking in some great profits on KAVL, getting that nice quick win? Rick, he stepped up to the plate. He stepped up. Big size, strong hands. And here's the thing, guys. When stocks pull back, don't get scared, right? Don't get nervous. Stocks pull back. There's going to be profit taking, right? There's going to be profit taking. It's common. Stock just went from $3 to $3.45. If you guys were in at 3 to 340, what would you do? Lock in profit. What did I do? I locked in some profits, right? So again, profit taking is normal. And when we have profit taking, stocks will decline. Stocks will pull back. But are they healthy pullbacks? Are they healthy pullbacks to where we can see buyers step back in with confidence to continue to see the stock move to the upside? That's what we have to identify. During these pullbacks, are they healthy pullbacks? Are they clean pullbacks? And if so, that's when we could look to rebuy those dips. Cheryl, good job. In at 302, out at 341. That's what I'm talking about. Way to make it happen. We got in at 288, sold at 341. KAVL for the win. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Good job, good job. Michael currently up $500 at this point in time. Good job. Then we got Mr. DBDB over there. Got in. Nice trade. Nice trade. Good job ladies and gentlemen. Way to make it happen. Way to come in and lock in some profits. TJ in at 234 from yesterday. Alan Cooper, $300 on the day. Let's check out profits, chat, baby. Let's check out profit. We got Mr. Owen in chat, locking in $675 on KAVL. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. And Mr. Joey over on YouTube as well, locking in some great profits, $279 to $340. That's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we do all day, every day. Good job, good work. If you missed the trade on KAVL, guess what? It's still early, guys. It's still early. It's 9:52. We're only 22 minutes in. There is still some great opportunity ahead for our trading day. So let's make it happen. So what you have to do if you're taking the approach that I'm taking, which is selling into rips, buying the dips. Number one, identifying if this is the right dip buy area to add. And if you do decide to add, you have to figure out what your new adjusted cost basis is going to be, right? So if I were to add another 625 shares here, that would bring my cost basis to 320. And so I have to go ahead and factor that in. If I now have 1,200 shares and my cost basis is 320, where's my stop? Well, I don't want to give profits back, so ideally 320. So if I were to scale in right here, my cost basis goes to 320. Is that too tight? Am I going to get stopped out? Probably. So I'm not yet buying the dip right here. Because again, I do not want to give profits that I've locked in back by adding too high, which in return brings my cost basis up just a little too high. So I have not bought the dip yet. Still waiting. Still just looking to see what KAVL is going to do, guys. Bigger picture, it has a lot of great potential. Big picture, it has great potential. Could it come all the way back down to 3? It could. It could absolutely come down to 3 and then start to move higher. It could come down to 3 and crack 3, crack 294 and be dead for the day. That's okay. We still were able to come in, lock in some quick cash, make it happen. Rick, $7,200 for the day. Mr. Rick, woo! That's what I'm talking about. Mr. Owen over here, that's absolutely amazing. Good job, Owen. Good job, Rick. Good job, everybody. So I'm not buying the dip, but I kind of want to buy the dip here. I mean, that's a great healthy pullback. We found support at 320. If I add in right now, cost basis would be like 318-ish. And I would have to stop out at break even. So I'm going to add here. Cost basis 317. Stop loss 317. If I get stopped out, I could always look to re-enter the position, re-enter the trade. So I went ahead and bought the dip. I'm looking to sell into the potential rip if we get it. If not, stop loss right now is break even because I did add to my position right there around 326. So hard stops 317 as I'm not giving back profits, and boom, I got stopped out. It's starting to come on down. Hey, it's okay. Could have been a lot bigger of a trade, but again, I'm taking a slightly different approach today than I normally take. What do I normally do? I'm all in, all out. But I see the momentum with KAVL. I see the big time potential. We have big overhead targets, 366, 440. There's a lot of momentum. This stock has been very clean and consistent over the past week and a half. So I was willing to change my approach just a little bit. And what I did, instead of going all in, all out, I started to scale in, scale out, looking to rebuy the dips and sell into the rips. Now, it's not always going to work. You have to manage your trades correctly. I could have probably made $400 on that trade if I would have just sold it all. But I thought we had better potential to 366, 4, and then 440. So I was willing to not lock in the 400 bucks and to trade it the way I traded it, okay? This situation did not work out. But we still have great potential. We're still up slightly on the day. 173 is not a bad way to start our day in 30 minutes. I can't tell you how many people make $170 in 30 minutes of work, and all they have to do is click a couple buttons. So far, so good, guys. Not the biggest win, right? Could have definitely locked in a lot more, but I was willing to readjust and reapproach just a little bit to try and capitalize on what could be a bigger time move. So again, I'm completely out for now. PROG, nothing yet. COE, nothing. KSCP, nothing. DCFC, nothing. IPW, not a lot. AGRI, not much happening. I was saying probably the first 15, 20 minutes, we'll probably just see some sideways action on the SPY and the Qs, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Bouncing off support, 444, quick little pop, moving on back down. At this point in time, again, our key level on the SPY is that 444 level. So at this point in time, as long as the SPY can hold above 444, we look good to the upside. 448.82 would be your sell target on the SPY. The Qs, your support is right around 353. But look at how much the Qs are chopping around that 353. Still looks very indecisive, right? We're still looking pretty indecisive on the Qs. And honestly, we're looking a little bit better on the SPY, but we really don't have any kind of solid, certainty as far as which way we're going. Where's the 200 SMA? 444.35. So we actually need to adjust that level to 444.35. When we adjust that level, make it perfect, we can see that the SPY is pretty uncertain as well, right? We don't really have a sense in direction. We're just chopping around that 200 SMA level. Same thing with the Qs. We're kind of just chopping around that 353 level. All right, guys, so before we shut down the stream, good job, good work, way to come in, way to lock in those great quick profits. We had a lot of quick wins over on YouTube. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, what I want you guys to do is go ahead and type inside a chat, are you green on the day? Did anybody get a quick win with us here in the first 30 minutes? Let me know. Yes, quick win. Awesome. I'm fired up, walking away profitable. I want to see it. I want to hear it. Let me know who's getting those quick wins, baby. So we're still watching KAVL as our #1 stock at this point in time, looking to see if this thing can actually hold on up and possibly get back above that 318. Absolutely, Raymond. Good job. And today's the last day for the Valentine's Day special. A lot of you guys emailed me yesterday, said, hey, the coupon's not working. I realized I messed up when entering the coupon. So that was my bad. So we're going to run it until the end of the day. The coupon now works. So if you guys were trying to sign up yesterday and you couldn't, you can sign up now with coupon Market Love 2022. Take advantage of our Valentine's Day special. And if you were one of those individuals trying to sign up for the yearly, to get the free course, you're still going to get a free course because I messed up with the coupon. So even if we hit 10 people before you enroll, and you're like, I'm number 13. Well, you tried to sign up yesterday. It was my mistake. So I'll still make sure you get a copy of the free course, regardless of what number you are, because I made a mistake. All right. So I just wanted to give that quick announcement before we drop the stream. And again, good job and good work, guys. We're still watching KAVL to see where this is going to settle down. All right, guys. So, YouTubers, enjoy the rest of your day. If you have any questions, let me know. Hit me up, Josh at alphadaytrading.com. If you guys are wanting to enroll, click the link in my bio over on TikTok. You guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. The coupon works. Enjoy the rest of your day, traders. Happy and safe trading. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning, right at 9 a.m. Take care, guys. IPW, it just doesn't look all that great, man. We are holding support at 213 on IPW, but we definitely need to get back above 226, right? That was the open. It was a false breakout, false red to green move, dropped right back down below, finding a quick double bottom, running back up to the open, finding resistance, moving back on down. So we really need to see IPW above that 226 before I get interested in a possible trade. Now, above 226, we absolutely have potential to 264. But if we cannot get above that 226, we're looking pretty weak, and it's showing potential back down towards around $2 on IPW.